All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and get started. So right here, I'm going to be taking my nail bit, my electric nail bit, and I'm going to be filing off all the shine off of my nails and making sure that my nails are good and prepped, and make sure you see no type of like shininess on your nails. Don't put your electric file up too high because that could definitely damage your nails, so keep that in mind. But like I said, I'm just taking my nail file, my nail drill, and filing all the shine away. All right, so right here in this part, you're just going to see me taking my cuticle pusher, and I'm going to be pushing back my cuticles. This is very important because if you don't push back your cuticles and you just let your cuticles just sit up there dry dead, your nails are going to start lifting and your nails are going to pop off because you're going to start getting water underneath them. So keep that in mind. All right, so right here, I'm just going to be taking my nail drill, and this is a skinnier one, and I'm just going to be taking this one and cleaning up around my cuticles and making sure that I got all my cuticles off and making sure my nails are going to be prepped and clean. You want your cuticles, like I said before, you want your cuticles to be really clean. You don't want any leftover cuticle, because if you do, your nail is going to lift no matter what. Alright, so this is my last and final nail prep for my cuticles, or just nail prep in general. I'm going to be taking my cuticle remover, and I'm going to be taking off any excess cuticles that I couldn't get with my nail bed, because I didn't want to damage my nail anymore or too much. So this is just going to get the dead skin off and all the other extra stuff that I couldn't get off before. So right here, I am just as you can see, I changed up like how everything was set up just because it was harder to like film and stuff. So anyway, right here, I'm just taking my glue and I am placing my tips on, and I use clear tips. I rarely ever use any like nude tips. I always use clear tips, most likely. So normally what you would do is you will like try to fit it to your client's nail or your nail. If it doesn't fit, if it's too small, do not put it on your nail. You want to make sure it fits perfectly. And you also want, if it doesn't fit perfectly, you can always file the sides down and make it fit perfectly. So right here, it's easy for me because I only have the nails that fit my nails in here. I buy them by the size from my nail supply store, so that's why it's so easy. So I'm just taking the nail, putting the nail glue. I will try to see if I can find this nail glue, because this nail glue to me is really, really good. So I will see if I can find that for you guys. So yeah. All right, so now I'm just putting that stuff away, and now I'm going to be taking my nail clipper, and I got this from Walmart like forever ago. My other one, I had one before this, but it broke. But anyway, I'm just taking my nail clipper and I'm clipping the nails down to my desired length. To me, this is better than using a from using scissors or even using a regular nail clipper, because it takes half the time down, and it also doesn't split, because whenever I use scissors sometimes mine split. So I decided a long time ago that I would use this. So it's a really good investment. It's like $5. I mean, you could probably get it somewhere else even cheaper, but it's a really good thing to have. So now I'm just taking and making sure that my nails are even, making sure they're the same size, because I would hate to have to get all the way to the end and have to like file like crazy just to get them the same size. I mean, you're gonna have to file a little bit, but trying to get a super long nail to like the shorter nail, that's too much work. So just make sure ahead of time that your nails are the right length or the same length as each other. So now I'm just taking my nail file and I am filing my nails down. I'm filing my nails down, and I'm also making sure that I blend that tip in with my natural nail. And like I said before, don't file too much, just a good couple of, files will be fine. And I'm not good at shaping, so that's why I didn't show y'all my shaping. So just letting you know that now. So right here, I am about to prep my nail. And I'm using my Mia Secret dehydrator. And this is a really good product. Well, actually, you don't even really need dehydrator, but I use it anyway because I just feel like it's just an extra step just to make sure my nails last a little bit longer and all that other stuff. Alright, so now that I'm done with dehydrating my nails, I'm going to go ahead and prime my nails using my Mia Secret primer. As you can tell already, I love Mia Secret. It's like one of my favorite acrylic brands. So as you can see, I'm just putting it on my natural nail. I'm not going all the way to the top of the top of the fake nail. So you don't have to do that. I know some people do that, but I don't see any point of it. So, and I do this twice. I prime my nails twice. I don't even think that makes a difference, honestly, but I do it anyway. Just, I don't know. I'm extra when it comes to stuff like that, so. Alrighty, so now we're about to get into the acrylic. So I'm going to be using my Mia Secret Clear Acrylic, and I am going to be putting a thin, absolutely thin layer of acrylic on my nail. So as you can see, sorry for my ashy hands, y'all. It's from filing and all this other stuff. So anyway, I'm going to be taking a thin piece of acrylic, and as you can see, I'm brushing my sides off, and also you can see me constantly wiping my acrylic brush off, because one thing you do not want to happen is you're doing somebody's nails or even your own nails and your brush gets super clunky because you're not wiping your brush off. What happens is you're not wiping like the excess acrylic that you're pretty much wiping off or that you're thinning out, and what happens is over time your nail your acrylic brush is going to collect all that acrylic and it's going to get super clunky and super thick. And at that time, it's going to be 10 times harder to clean your brush than what it really has to be. So just keep that in mind. And also keep in mind to wipe the sides of your nails to make your filing at the end a lot easier. So as you can see, when I do this, I am wiping the sides off just to make sure that I do not have to file even harder at the end. So okay, so right here I am just wiping off my brush and I am putting away my clear acrylic. Y'all don't need to know that, y'all can see that. But the colored acrylic that I'm going to be using is the Mia Secret colored acrylic. They're really small, but you don't need a lot at all. At first I was like, oh my god, I'm going to be able to do like one set or two set of nails, but honestly you do not need a lot. So anyway, and then I'm going to be using my Covered Pink by Mia Secret to do my ombre. This is going to be my nude color, and then the bright yellow or bright green color or neon green, neon yellow, whatever color is going to be the color that I'm going to be putting on my tips. And this is in the color Citrus. I will try to find the link for it, but I think it's really good, and this is like really good for like beginners because it's not expensive. Like I forgot how many I got, but I think they were like $24 when I bought them. So like I said, this is a really good product, especially if you're a beginner, like I said before. So keep that in mind. When you're a beginner, you want to buy meaningful products, but at the same time you want to stick in a budget, because if it's something that you don't like, you do not want to be spending $100 something on acrylic powders and you don't even like doing acrylic. You just like forget it. I'm just gonna go let my home tech or my nail tech do it. So just keep certain stuff like that in mind. And so right here, I am just taking my colored acrylic and I am applying it to my nail. And like I said before, make sure you wipe the sides and make sure you wipe your brush off constantly. And so I dip it in the monomer, then I dip it in the powder, and then I let it sit for like a couple seconds, literally a couple seconds, and I apply it to the nail, and then I just brush, brush. And I'm not doing it all the way to the end because like I said before, I'm doing ombre, so it's really easy once you get the hang of it. At first it was harder for me, but once you get the hang of it, it's like, okay, this is pretty easy. You just got to make sure that you have a slow and steady hand, because you do not want to do this super fast, because that's how mistakes are made, and then that's how you get like I just said, mistakes. So just make sure you go at a steady pace and make sure you take your time. Like with anything, you just take your time and practice, and trust me, you'll get it. Okay, so as you can see right now, I am going in with my cover pink by Mia Secret, and I do this in small beads. I don't pick up a lot because you do not need a lot at all. So I'm taking that and I am applying it to the bottom part of my nail, and then you're just going to clean up your cuticles And the trick to this is small beads, because you do not want to start off with a lot and then the next thing you know, your entire colored acrylic is covered because you picked up a big ball and it's hard to get off. So, like I said, start off slow and with small beads as well, because that's going to help you a lot and that's going to give you a lot more control of where your acrylic goes. Sometimes if you pick up big beads, it's a lot harder to control, so just keep that in mind. So I'm just applying that. And also when you're doing this, sometimes you're going to have to go back into that colored acrylic. You're going to see me do that a couple of times in this video. You're going to have to go back into your colored acrylic and apply a little bit more color acrylic. Then sometimes you're going to feel like you have to apply some more of your other acrylic, of your cover acrylic. So it just depends. And just like I said, take your time. So right here, I'm going to be bringing out my Mia's Secret clear acrylic one more time. And in this part, I'm going to just be applying a really good and generous clear acrylic top coat, and this is just going to seal the acrylic just to make sure that once I start filing away at my nail and all that other good stuff, that I do not mess up the ombre that I already did underneath. So this is just a good seal just to make sure that everything is secured and tucked in place. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm going to be doing this to all my nails. And as you can see, as you saw before on my pinky, I put my, I did the whole nail green or neon yellow. So I'm going to be applying a good amount of clear acrylic to that nail as well. Alright, so yes, girl, period. So right here, I am just filing the sides of my nails down and making sure I'm filing around that cuticle area. And this is just to reinsure my shape, because sometimes, even though you wipe down your sides, sometimes you still just need to file down your sides and stuff. So right here, I am just making sure there's no bumps and bruises, okay? Just making sure ain't no bumps, because that is not cute. You know it ain't. So I know a lot of people, when they do their own nails, they don't really care about a lot of bumps and stuff. But for me, I just can't have like bumpy nails. So I make sure I get mine as smooth as possible. So sorry, I'm out of frame a little bit for this part, but I am taking my file, like I said before, and just making sure that I file down my sides and making sure that I make everything, as you I'm trying to get back in frame. That is so funny. So yeah, I'm just filing them and making them like a semi-coffin square shape. I don't like my nails to be too skinny at the top, so I try to keep like a coffin square nail like in between. So alright, so right here I am going to be taking my nail bit, and I'm just going to be filing around my cuticle area just to make sure I seal in everything. And then I'm just going to go over the entire nail just to make sure that everything is smooth, okay? So like I said, just going around that cuticle, making sure everything is smoothed out, making sure everything is seamless, because you do not want to have a big clunky cuticle. And also you want to make sure that you secure your cuticles and not have your nail to lift. This is going to help your nails, you know, not have water underneath it and just stay intact. Alrighty, so now I'm going to be taking my regular nail file or my nail file bit, and I'm going to, it's the same one that I use to do my to take the shine off my nail. So right here I'm just going to be going underneath my nail, because sometimes I get acrylic underneath like the nail tips and stuff. So I'm just taking that and I'm making sure that I get all the bumpy acrylic that is underneath my nail and making sure I smooth that out too. So that's definitely necessary. You don't want to have acrylic underneath your nail, because sometimes that could mess up your shape. Alright, so right now I am just buffing my nails, making sure they're smooth and everything, because you do not want no bumps, because like I said before, that is not cute. So making sure that it is flawless and everything is smooth out, everything is blended in, and all that other good stuff. Showing off my nails. So now I'm just spraying my nails with alcohol, and I'm making sure that I wipe them off, making sure I get all that powder off or anything going underneath my nail and everything, just to cleanse the nail and all the other good stuff and get it ready for a top coat. Alright, so now I'm going to be placing some glue around my cuticle or around the bottom part of my nail to add some gems. I had to do this because I didn't have any like nail glue or like any glue that you would use to do this, and I didn't think me putting gel underneath it would be secured, so I just decided to use what you got. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right here. I'm just adding some gems to the nail that I did entirely like the neon yellow. So all right, so right here I am putting some acetone in my gel, or my little, I guess, shot glass thingy, just because when I do my gel top coat, you gotta go around your cuticles, and I like to do that with acetone. It really helps, because if you get this on your skin, sis, it burns. I mean, like, it burns. Like, it burns so bad. It's not even funny. So, like I said, right now I am just taking my gel, and I am applying that all over the nail, as you can see. Alright, you guys, so this is the final look for my nail video. If you want to see me do some more nail videos, please comment down below and let me know what kind of videos that you want to see for nails or anything. And also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you can see more videos like this, how to get your nails snatched on a budget, okay? So thank you so much, you guys, for watching, and have a good one. Bye.